Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. We're gonna random again. Okay, so the game is clearly testing us. 2 runs ago, let me paint the picture. We had Blue Baby. We made an important decision with Forget Me Now, got Epic Fetus. Boom, it's sorted. Last run, we random, we get Blue Baby. Things go a little bit better from the start, but we were certainly not in a 1 position by any stretch of the imagination. Then, you know, we get the D6, we start effing around with that a little bit, and we end up having a great run, and then we use the Forget Me Now later in the game, and end up winning as well. So it's been a lot of fun with characters that, oh god, this could be very telling about how the rest of the run's gonna go. Let's try these. Pill 1, Tears Up, very good. Pill 2, Pretty Fly. That is a great assortment of pills right off the bat, especially as Eve, whose damage is really bad. This allows, ooh, there's actually a dime in there. This allows me to possibly do some more damage. But anyway, what I'm getting at is there's been some triumph over adversity lately. I guess it depends on your definition of adversity. But starting as Blue Baby is a little bit harrowing, and we ended up making it work twice in a row, which is pretty remarkable. Considering these circumstances. Wow, we will totally take Odd Mushroom as well. This is a very good first floor as Eve so far, even if we do get kind of a speed downgrade as a result of the Odd Mushroom, which I think we do, unless it's just like I perceive us being slower because we're bigger or something. But anyway, hopefully we get a bomb so we can get that 12 cents. That is a very good return on our investment. But I'm hoping that, you know, we'll continue things on the Eve run here with a few notable exceptions. The last, like, 2 or 3 weeks of my Isaac recordings, at the very least, they get uploaded on a little bit more of a, not inconsistent schedule, but sometimes, you know, a day or 2 of Isaac is skipped throughout the course of a week to make room for another video, because I've got a ton of series on the go right now. But anyway, basically what I'm getting at is that the past 2 or 3 weeks of recording Isaac has been a goddamn pleasure. It seems like there's like an 80% chance of a run actually working out and being able to beat Blue Baby, and I've been having a whole lot of fun doing it and learning a lot about the game in the process as well. I feel like I'm in kind of the golden age of my Isaac play, which is kind of surprising considering, you know, it's probably like the 8th golden age, in my opinion, of my Isaac play. It's like the Matrix with the architect, you know? You think you're the first Keanu Reeves? There was one in Speed, there was one in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's no way for us to get anything else on this floor, unfortunately, so still 0 money, 0 bombs, and 0 keys when we leave, but we got 2 HP upgrades, a damage upgrade, a Tears upgrade, a Pretty Fly. I think that might be it, but still, that is pretty good for the first floor as Eve. Now is where the, you know, the training wheels come off. We're not in kindergarten anymore. We are working our way up to 1st grade. We got to learn cursive writing, only to promptly forget it once you get into middle school and then never use it again for the rest of your life. I wonder, is there something like that in school these days? Because, you know, as kids, I was like 7. That would have been like 1995, 1996. Good, we got a key. Which is probably mind-boggling to some of you. I know I'm crazy old. I'm actually not, but it's weird, you know, when I was like 17, I thought 21 was old. Then when I was 21, I thought like 28 was old. And now that I'm 24, nearly 25, I'm like, shit, dude, you're not old till you're like 60. Even sometimes I'll look at like 60-year-old celebrities and I'll be like, he's not even old at all. What is 60? That's like middle age, right? Anyway, it's funny how your perception of time changes as you get older. The heck was I saying? I was saying that it's weird. Because when we were in school, I was like 7, and we were learning cursive writing. Teachers were always like, you're gonna need to use this when you get to middle school. Then we get to middle school, and they're like, I mean, sometimes they did force us to use it, but they're like, the university, or sorry, the high school teachers will only accept cursive writing. And then, you know, you get to high school, they're like, you gotta keep doing cursive writing because you're university professors. That's how they're gonna accept everything. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about, you crazy people? Have you never heard of a computer? They're pretty popular these days. Lots of people are using them. And then, of course, you know, by the time I went to university, they're like, cursive writing was never even touched upon. You hand this fucking thing in on your computer. Not to mention, I guess I did a science education, so I wasn't writing too many papers either. But anyway, I wonder if there's something like that now where, like, you know, kids are learning something and they're like, don't you understand? You don't need to teach me how to use MySpace, teacher. Twitter's the newest social networking phenomenon. Obviously, that's a bullshit example. But anyway, there was also, like, it's weird, and this probably won't apply to everybody. This is Northernlion's 24-year-old insight into what you might feel like if you're younger than me when you're a little bit older. That's not to say that I'm old enough to possibly give qualified advice at all, because I still consider myself quite young. Maybe that's self-serving, maybe it's not. But, you know, when I was like 17, I was like, man, life is a constant, like, improvement of your intelligence. Like, if I'm smart if I was smart when I was 8, and then smarter when I was 13, and very smart now that I'm 17, this is what I thought. imagine how smart I'll be when I'm like 30. And now, you know, I went to university and I felt pretty smart when I graduated from university. Now I'm like 3 years out of university and I feel like a goddamn idiot all the time. Like, sometimes Kate will ask me for help with like one of her elective classes, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I forgot how to do the quadratic equation. I'm sorry. I don't know. SOHCAHTOA? I don't know anything about trigonometry anymore. Like, my math is literally like below a 10th grade level. I used to think like I'd be in like 7th grade or 8th grade or 9th grade, and I'd be like, Dad, can you help me with my math homework? My dad does not work as a mathematics or science professional. But then I'd be like, well, you went through high school. You should know this. And he'd be like, I don't remember this at all. I totally get that now. Because whenever I get asked for help on something, I'm like, well, I should know this. I know that I knew it at one point, but sadly that has left my brain. Anyway, there was some Isaac-related stuff to talk about on the last floor. I apologize for going off on that tangent. In any case, what I'm saying is, cautionary tale. Keep reading books, kids, or if you just you play video games all the time, your parents were right, your mind's gonna rot. I actually killed an enemy with Lemon Mishap. It was that, like, fucking 100 gamer score. The lover's card could actually be useful for me. What happened on the last floor that was so important? Well, I picked up Max's Head, which is a dope-ass damage upgrade. I also got an HP upgrade from the boss as well. I entered my flow state and was not paying attention at all to what was happening. But picking up Max's Head is an awesome benefit for us. It's one of the best HP upgrades in the game, as far as I know, and it shows up very rarely, so anytime you have the opportunity to pick it up, it really does make a difference. I actually feel like I'm starting to build a pretty coherently okay Eve run here. Now, we are on Catacombs. It's been a fast run, too. Like, maybe I'm just feeling that way because I don't have the D6, and thus I'm not doing any, like, scum tactics to make get as many rerolls as possible, but this run feels very, very fast so far. But our second item room on the Catacombs has actually turned out quite nicely for us, the Common Cold. We are building, like, a standard, or I should say, like, a non-standard high damage run. Max's Head, Odd Mushroom, Common Cold. These are items that don't show up all that often. The exception there is maybe Odd Mushroom. That probably shows up the most, at least in my game. I don't know if you guys have, like, differential spawn rates for items. You know, combined with Lemon Mishap, fairly unconventional by this point in the game. But it's working right now. I'm liking it a lot. I can't believe he didn't die there. That was dumb of me to just stand there. But obviously, we'll be on the lookout for a better spacebar item. I would love to be able to get some more money so I could actually possibly make a shop worthwhile. And I would love to increase my rate of fire so that I could presumably do a little bit more damage. I'm not sure what Common Cold's, the odds of Common Cold poisoning someone is attached to. Like, I'm not sure if that's based on your luck stat or if it's a fixed kind of probability. I only have 1 bomb, so I can't really get the benefit of getting the 3 bombs out of that. This could be perfect, right? It sort of worked. I killed one of the conga liners and wounded a couple other ones with Lemon Mishap. And Lemon Mishap, this is your chance to shine. I'm not relying on you for a ton of damage, which means the pressure's off a little bit. You can just feel, you know, content to shine to your heart's content. This is, if there's a boss that's designed for use with Lemon Mishap, it is Gertie Jr., because obviously Gertie Jr. like chases you down. Lemon Mishap, here's how I would tweak it. And, you know, I'm not a game designer, I'm not a balance engineer, and I don't have a ton of data to back this up. But my sentiment, or my hunch, is that to make Lemon Mishap worthwhile, have it do a little bit more damage, have it charge once per room to make it a little bit more viable, and have it, like, its duration last a lot fucking longer. That might even make it too powerful, but compare that again. It's probably a mistake to balance everything up to Blue Candle, which is an extremely overpowered spacebar item. But even if you made it so you could use Lemon Mishap once per room, it did, like, 50% more damage, and it never went away after you put it down, that would still be substantially worse than Blue Candle. So I feel like those changes could totally be made to Lemon Mishap. That's one of those items that needs to be balanced. I feel like there's a few items in Isaac like that that absolutely 100% warrant a rebalancing, and then there's some other ones that I'm a little bit less anal about, I guess. I'm not going to take Brimstone because I'm already having a fun time with this run, but rest assured, if I was doing this off camera, I totally would take Brimstone and then just laugh all the way to the blood bank and hopefully snag an HP upgrade. But anyway, I'm going to maybe check out the item, or sorry, the shop. But we're gonna check out all these other rooms first, just see if I get a nickel, I will definitely be checking out the shop because I can use my bomb to just get another cent. But as is right now, I just took that one right on the face. 9 cents is a little tricky of a number because you want to save your money to go to the item room on the next floor. Or sorry, not save your money. You want to save your keys to go to the item room on the next floor, and you don't know if you're going to be able to get something that's on sale in the shop here, and maybe you completely fuck yourself, or you go in, you spend a key, and then you have to buy another key. And with only one bomb, we can't really go to the secret room. Or we can't really guarantee ourselves a trip to the secret room, at least, as much as I would love to. But so far, I'm having a really good time on this Eve run. We're finishing up, essentially, our 4th floor here. And we have 5 HP, which is an upgrade for sure over the standard. Oh, that was a really good shot. We also have much increased damage by way... Oh, come on, thank you. By way of Common Cold, Max's Head. 2 keys actually makes it a lot easier to go to the shop now. Common Cold, Max's Head, and the Big Odd Mushroom. We might actually spend our money on Judgment instead. Trying to think about how we deal with this. Probably, let's be smart, and we'll take out this neutral fly first. And then I should just be able to come and stand over here. Oh, come on! For once, I use, like, a smart way of getting through this floor, this room. And the game decides to punish me as a result. That's okay. Maybe there's some more special rooms here. Okay, so this should be... apparently, once you aggro the conga liner, the laws of physics no longer apply to him. So, you know, just something to keep an eye on if you're playing the game. Occasionally, I receive really detailed drawings of how to deal with this room. And that was dumb of me. And I find it really funny, because apparently it doesn't matter at all. The best laid plans of mice and men, yada yada. Conga liner doesn't play by the rules. We have reached a dead end here, and we got some more bombs that maybe opens up more secret room potentials for us. There are at least 5 or 6 secret room locations possible on this map. Let's drop down Lemon Mishap. And spiders are probably some of the fewest, or some of the few enemies in the game that are weak enough from an HP standpoint that if they walk over Lemon Mishap, it'll probably at least hurt them enough to cause them to split and lose aggro on me within like a second or two, which is not the norm for enemies. Usually they walk over Lemon Mishap and they're like, ow, what happened? That kind of hurts. Okay, I'm almost a total idiot, but I ended up not taking damage there. But then immediately took 2 hearts of damage again. I hate this room. This is a very tricky room to swing. I probably should have just walked out, in all honesty, but here we are. So I have the Emperor's card. What's our other card? Was there something of value there that I could get? We'll see. I also got another key, so, I mean, I guess at least we got some compensation. We have the Empress and the Lovers. Well, the Lovers card is good if we find a blood bank, but the Empress card... Oh, wow, okay, never mind. We found a blood bank. The Empress card is something we definitely want to take down to the next floor, so I'm glad we were able to get some use out of this here. This may make it fairly realistic for us to go to our shop. So I'm going to play until I get to 15 cents, even if that requires the use of the IV bag, which it did. And we're a little bit hurt here, but we'll be able to get back to nearly full health just like that. So we are at 15 cents now. And there's enough red hearts left on the floor that I feel like once I clear everything out and know that I'm not going to take any more damage, I should really use that IV bag to give me more money to possibly allow me to go to shops later in the game. We will... Oh my god, this is a big floor, man. I mean, it is the catacombs, but or like it's an XL floor, but seriously, this is way longer than I expected. I think it's partly distorted in my mind because I found the shop, both item rooms, and the boss room so quickly, but still... The shops, both item rooms and the boss room quickly. No, wait, shop. There's only one shop. So we're up to 20 cents. We will still play the bejesus out of the blood bank. And this is finally our last kind of new room territory. We did actually kill an enemy with Lemon Mishap there, much to my surprise. And we'll check out the mob trap room just to see what's involved in that. Please tell me poison damage kills him at some... Seriously, my god, take forever. Oh, we can't even go in there because we don't have the money necessary. We don't have the health necessary. So I should probably get the health necessary. Hanged Man, there's a situation later where I can get some bombs out of that, but I guess I should get back to full health before I use the IV bag, huh? Tempted to use the Hanged Man just to skip past like half a room there. Very close. Oh my god, is it really that far to get all the way back? You know, I'm just gonna buy this instead. And I am content to take the Nun's Habit as well. That doesn't really work fantastically with Lemon Mishap. So we'll be hoping to pick up a better spacebar item, but this is fine. We'll take Lemon Mishap. Oh, it doesn't matter if we take Lemon Mishap in. If we lose the charge, we lose the charge. And we're going to get more money because I also want to be able to go to that Judgment and possibly get him to pay out. So obviously picking up... sure, why not? Obviously picking up the Nun's Habit is an awesome get for us. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get too much use out of it yet. Obviously, it's totally useless with IV Bag, but I will not be carrying IV Bag with me forever. I will be using Lemon Mishap. Weirdly enough, apparently, Lemon Mishap, as bad as it is, I still consider better than the IV Bag. Well, better is a subjective term, and it's very situational. In this current situation, IV Bag is better. Long term, maybe Lemon Mishap ends up saving me a little bit more, but IV Bag can also end up... Well, IV Bag is the reason I was able to buy Nun's Habit, and Lemon Mishap hasn't necessarily done anything that is as much value for me as getting Nun's Habit, so, you know, maybe you could weight it in that sense. Might as well just do that and pick up the extra money. And we'll just hurt the bejesus out of ourselves now. It looks like there's a decent amount of health left over, so I think we should take ourselves down to 1.5 hearts. And we picked up a lot of money as a result of that, which is great. Cool. And, you know, if we're not going to take the Hangman with us, why don't I just use it to pick up another 2 cents here? Hopefully we can get Judgment to pay out with another HP upgrade. That's the modest possibility. He pays out with another HP upgrade. He could also pay out with Polyphemus or Quad Shot or something amazing. Who knows? Now, please tell me that Judgment is not... Oh, please tell me Judgment is not hidden behind a bunch of rocks. Before I go through this, I should probably get Empress, just so I don't forget it. Or, sorry, not hidden behind a bunch of rocks. That's fine with me. I can just use a bomb and get around it. Please tell me he's not hidden behind a bunch of spikes, because I don't want to accidentally kill myself. Oh, but he's in a perfect location. Okay, so we'll just play him. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here, and we'll see how this works out. Steam sale. So obviously I wish that I had picked this up before, but it actually doesn't make a huge difference because the Nun's Habit was already on sale, so no big deal. We'll come back here, and at this point I might as well buy the key, and the tarot card is the Hermit, which saves me a key, but the Empress card is probably more valuable moving forward. I don't know. We'll backtrack here, get all of our money, go down to the next floor. So, our momentum kind of got stifled a little bit here, but we picked up some other good stuff. Common Cold in particular is awesome. Nun's Habit has the potential to be really, really amazing for us. And 2 bombs for 3 bombs is a good trade that I have to take. If I didn't take it, I would be a silly dude. So, hopefully, yeah. Sometimes you accidentally, like, blow up a bridge by accident, but this is fine. That health is pretty important, just so we don't accidentally screw ourselves here. Not gonna look for the secret room. There was not as much health as I thought there was. And that money's not worth it. Maybe there's 2 hearts in here? Or just 1. Alright, we're still okay. But a little concerned. Being on the Depths Part 1 is a nice change of pace after spending all of our time on the 3rd set of floors on Necropolis in our last episode. Which was a very fun episode, and we ended up making the best of it, for sure. Let's try this out. I wonder if this will work on these Zambros. I got him to walk through it twice, and that was enough to kill him. And actually, Common Cold, fairly good counter to the zombies as well, because the poison damage seems to proc on them, even if it hits them right in the front of the face, which is very useful. It's not as good as like a Brimstone or a Mom's Knife or something for taking these guys out, or any other form of piercing shot, but it's acceptable. And it provides some more value relative to just standard tiers. Of course, I mean, you can see the damage from Common Cold. It's not game-changing necessarily. The real value that you get out of Common Cold is when you're able to fight a boss and just stack poison damage on them continuously. Now, we may or may not have that opportunity soon, but, you know, Depths Part 1, we should be encountering a boss that has a reasonable amount of HP. Who do I not want to fight? War. I would much rather fight the kind of a vanilla boss at this point in the game if I have no chance of getting to 4th level Meat Boy, and I have no chance of getting to 3rd level Meat Boy either, even though I know a lot of people love 2nd level Meat Boy more than the other ones. So, that room went fairly well, and the more zombies we encounter, the more I like Lemon Mishap. But, again, it's a very situational item. When I think I named Lemon Mishap, like, number 2 in my least favorite items in the game, or worst items in the game. And that's kind of unfair, but also kind of not unfair, right? Like, it's probably not actually the 2nd worst item in Isaac, but it has a lot of... It has a, like, sincere lack of positives that you can say about it. In fact, at this point, I have to go with Necronomicon. It's a substantially better item, even though it's still not that good. Like, what can you say about Lemon Mishap that's positive? I'm just trying to actually run it through in my head right now. It's it's a good counter to zombies. There's something. I'm gonna stick with the Empress card. Just because I'm lazy mostly. It's a good counter to zombies. Boom. There you go. It's a good counter to enemies that chase you down a little bit. It is, unfortunately, a spacebar item, so it's not a passive. It takes up a slot that could go to something much better than itself. It doesn't recharge instantly. It takes 2 rooms, which is not necessarily abnormal, but that does make it worse than something like Blue Candle, for example. It doesn't really get too much benefit out of something like the Nun's Habit, because you're going to take a disproportionate amount of damage to be able to get the use out of it. Now, you know, Necronomicon, if we're going to, you know, be picky about everything, Necronomicon has its own fucking problems. I'm mostly just going to use it whenever it's available, and I'm going to consider it almost like a passive item here, and the effect of the passive item is that, like, once every 4 rooms, I finish the room a little faster. That being said, it's okay. Not even 4 rooms. I guess maybe 4 rooms with the amount of damage that I take with Nun's Habit, but, or, yeah, you know what I mean. Hopefully we'll be able to maybe get something even better than this later on. For now, why don't we go fight our boss? Depths Part 1 boss is Gish. This is actually, you know, maybe not ideal, but very good. Ideal, of course, would be fall in and then give me Mom's Knife or another amazing item by itself. And we haven't actually had a deal with the devil show up, have we? I would love to pick up something like Guppy's Paw because, you know, being able to be in the permanent Whore of Babylon state would be awesome. We also, I didn't even really lampshade this at all. We picked up Mom's Purse, which is an awesome passive item that allows us to hold 2 trinkets. So if I actually manage to get a second trinket, I can have permanent Polaroid invincibility, which is essential for game progress, as well as something else that, you know, maybe a cancer or maybe a flat penny to subsidize kind of my key production, or maybe Pinky's Eye. I'm not even sure if that stacks with Common Cold. I'm just kind of rhyming off, ooh, that was kind of close. I'm just rhyming off trinkets that I consider usually very decent. Counterfeit Penny to get a little bit more money. Bloody Penny to scam the shit out of the blood bank, especially with, Nun's Habit if I got like a Yum Heart or something. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. Gish should be dead very soon. We'll get Little Gish, and I just feel like we're due for like some kind of deal, and indeed we were. It's a deal with the angel. Oh, I almost walked into the end by accident there. We're going to pick up the Bible, and then I'm going to put it back down, because Necronomicon is better than that. It's not a great floor. We're not totally done with it yet, I guess. What was our item room? Oh, the item room was, yeah, we'll totally play Judgment. The item room was Necronomicon, but we left Lemon Mishap in there. So it's always good to check, I guess, make sure you're not leaving any items. I still do that occasionally. Thankfully, it usually doesn't make an enormous difference in the impact on the run. There we go. I'm glad I definitely backtracked there. We got an HP upgrade. And we'll continue to find some new uncharted territory here. We only have 1 floor left, so I'm not financially crazy concerned. I'm assuming we're probably going to run into greed on the shop. And this is not a 1 run at all right now. It's, I feel less confident in this right now than I did at this point in our last Blue Baby run, the one without Epic Fetus. But that's not to say that things couldn't change. Very, very easily, in fact. But it depends on what we're able to get. I'm just going to pop 2 of spades. That'll take us up to 10 keys, and I'll hold this Empress card. The problem is we don't have map and compass. We don't have crazy good damage. And, I don't know. We're just missing a certain, you know, run-winning potential right now. Brimstone, I don't think would have done it for us. Mom's Knife would at this point, probably. And really, I think what this run is contingent on at this point is like a game-changing spacebar item. If we're able to get even a Book of Revelations at this point, a nail, Guppy's Paw would work for us because obviously... Oh, yeah, this is totally worth it. Guppy's Paw would obviously work for us because I could get permanent Polaroid invincibility. Apart from that, we should probably look for our secret room while we're here, just in case it contains a 1-up or an Ankh or something. There's a few locations here, but they're all kind of in the same area, which is nice. No, that's not it. We'll check over here then. I don't think this one's very likely to be it. It is not. And that is going to be like 4 bombs for the secret room, so it better be worth it. I would love to get a trinket at some point. Sometimes those show up in second secret rooms, but we don't have X-ray goggles, so they're very difficult to find. Alright, so 4 bombs for 12 cents is decent. I'm assuming, again, that we're going to run into greed on the next floor, which is unfortunate. And I don't see us dying on the next floor, but unless we pick up a couple of items, or at least a couple of half-decent items, or 1 really good item, we could start to see ourselves getting, you know, whittled away pretty quickly on the next floor. So I'm going to take myself out of permanent Whore of Babylon state. Depths Part 2 might actually be a blessing here. It might actually be like a meaningful difference between this and Necropolis 2. So I'm very happy that we ended up getting that. I'm surprised that we didn't actually get paid out with the blood bag on the blood bank, but shit happens, right? You can't really rely on that. All blood banks will eventually pay out with the blood bag because we've already seen the IV bag, and that's something I learned from Namastack, is that if you, if a blood bank, or if you've already gotten the IV bag on a run, you can be sure that every blood bank will eventually, if you play it long enough, pay out with the blood bag. But unfortunately, we didn't have enough health to kind of continuously play it, and I didn't really want to risk some of our spirit hearts on a hunch that maybe it would pay out soon. Our golden chest here contains some money, and the money's not likely to be useful. The bomb is, and we had enough keys that I felt pretty okay about opening that, even though I guess the odds of getting a key out of it are not necessarily fantastic. Sure, another penny is good. And we have found another, not library, another arcade down here, which is interesting, but also a little worrying. Although it might be a good idea to take myself down to the permanent Whore of Babylon state here and then stay there. Permanent curse state, I guess is what I call it. Just feel weird saying Whore of Babylon. It's like, you know, she can do whatever she wants in Babylon. I'm not going to judge the whims of the ancient Sumerians. That's up to them. We have a... Okay, well, obviously Nun's Habit allows me to get some extra Necronomicon charges here. Not that that's valuable at all. We totally should spend a lot of time playing this Fortune Teller, and you're not going to hear me say that too often. The reason is... Sure, we'll put this down here, too. Just triple our gambling efficiency. Oh, wow, that was fast. The reason I was going to say is so that we can get trinkets like the one that we just got. With Mom's purse, we do have the opportunity, of course, to get as many trinkets as we want, as long as that number that we want is 2. So, Matchstick is not really my ideal trinket, although, you know, as someone who is a little bit low on bombs right now, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me to carry this with me, but I would much prefer kind of a, you know, Maggie's Faith or something like that. As for right now, it's another tarot card. That's Justice. So absolutely, I'll do this, and we'll play that a couple more times in the hopes of picking up Blood Bag, which could actually make a pretty major impact. So we might be in this room for quite some time, and I apologize for that because you know, I'm apologizing to myself mostly because this is the most boring part of any Isaac run for me. Is just kind of sitting here and min-maxing our gambling house, but. It's important. It could be important anyway. It could just be a waste of our time, but it could also make a pretty major impact in how things go. By the way, I occasionally get this. There's no way of knowing... Oh, that sucks. There's no way of knowing where the payout on this three-headed man is going to be. A lot of people seem to think you can actually follow it, but it's just a randomized animation every single time. It is not actually designed for you to follow what it goes, or where it goes. It's like basically just a random number generator between 1 and 3, I guess, or 0 and 2. We're still winning here occasionally. I don't really want to spend forever here, ideally. It's nice to win these bombs, of course, and more keys we get the better, but you know, it's kind of different when you have the fortune teller as well, because things move a lot faster, especially if the slot machine had lived a little bit longer. We would have been able to possibly, you know, triple the speed at which we would finish this gambling house, but instead, here we are, and I'm getting more money every time I get more hearts, but we're slowly working our way down here. I apologize that this is a little bit tedious occasionally, but Dead Bird, thankfully, taking care of the enemy, so I can one hand on WASD, and the other hand, just drinking my coffee here, like that Alanis Morissette song. Ironic. That's the one I was thinking of. No. Cool. More keys. Golden chest would be awesome. Really relying on like a Womb Part 1 deal with the devil to give me Guppy's Paw, Guppy's Tail, Mom's Knife, the Mark. Sorry, we've already taken the Pact? I don't think we've taken the Pact. The Pact, we already... No, we don't have Spirit of the Night. I'm getting confused with the last run. You know what? We can only really justify playing this until about 15 cents. Just so that we have the money for sure to go to the... oh my god, are you kidding me? Just so we have the money for sure to guarantee that we can get everything out of the shop if we want it. It would be really nice for me if this blood bank would actually, like, pay out with the blood bag and I could stop getting so much money. I mean, I realize that that's a quality problem to have, I suppose, but at this point of the game, I'm just like, come on, work with me. So you know what? 35 cents is going to be my threshold for enjoying myself here. Have we gotten anything of value out of here? Yes. We got the matchstick. We got a number of keys. We got a Spirit Hearts. 2 Spirit Hearts, maybe, actually. So, again, 35 cents is where we're going to finish this one off. Even if we get more, we'll keep going, which, of course. But please work with me here. More bombs, that's good. I mean, we've oh no, I didn't mean to do that right now, actually. I apologize for that. I know that probably looks a little suspect, but trust me, I was not meaning to do that, and it's unnecessarily. Alright, we picked up another nickel. So, we're low on health, but being in the permanent curse state is valuable here. I forgot that we didn't have the ability to walk on water. No map, no compass. Small chance of victory. It's not like I think this run is underpowered. I just know, you know, the game scales in difficulty so quickly. There's another judgment, so we'll play him. Oh my god, are you kidding me? We got the D6 now. Well, yes, I will take the D6. And we can get some use out of this for sure. It's a little bit late in the game, but it's more valuable than the Necronomicon. Okay, well now, I know people are gonna be mad about this, but I think I'm gonna stick with the Book of Revelations just because I honestly think I need it in order to give me the spirit hearts necessary to survive, especially if we manage to come... Oh, that hurts. Especially if we manage to come across a... what am I thinking here? If we come across like a blood bank, or we get something like a Guppy's Paw. Can I not now, if I'm just thinking about this, I can play the blood bank like ad infinitum and basically just get unlimited money, but does the money do anything for me? I would love to get the, I'd get the HP upgrade at some point, but I don't know if that's worth it yet, because by the time I got the, I'm just running this through in my head right now. The shop is important here. Cool, small rock. I'm not gonna, even if I wanted to, I'm not gonna walk back there and re-roll it, obviously. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to buy the heart because I'm just too lazy to walk back at this point. I spent too much time in that gambling house already that I'm not interested in wasting any more time. Just kind of walking into the adversaries and then waiting for the random number generator to decide if I am worthy. Instead, we're going to try something a little daring. And, you know, you might be saying, Northernlion, you're taking the pussy way out here by not taking the D6. And in some ways, I agree with you. Are you serious? But in some ways, I'm also like, this is actually the ballsy way out, because I'm going to try to, like, do permanent Whore of Babylon, even with, like, 7 heart containers remaining here. So that means I'm not going to pick up any HP for the rest of the game and just try to rely solely... Yeah, the map's a good pickup there. Just try to rely solely on Book of Revelations and Nun's Habit to heal me up, and hopefully we'll be able to get Guppy's Paw so I can get myself some more Spirit Hearts on top of that, but I doubt it's going to happen. But this should be interesting. I think Book of Revelations gives us probably like a plus 10% increased chance of victory, which is actually pretty sizable, even though 10% might seem like it's minuscule. And of course, I don't have data to back that up, so I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass, which you should always keep in mind. Anytime I bring up something like quantifiable, I probably do not have numbers to back it up. And my hunch is that it probably gives me a 10% chance, roughly, of improving my ability. So we can't leave this room, recall. So I will not be picking up that HP upgrade. I will not be picking up any of the health. Instead, I will just be picking up the Polaroid and going down to the next floor. And this is entirely to A, maintain permanent Polaroid invincibility, and B, maintain our permanent Whore of Babylon state. Now, obviously, there are ways that we could actually guarantee that more, in a more fail-safe type fashion. We can't rely on that necessarily showing up. Hopefully, though, we do get a deal with the devil. Now, this is not our boss room, which was kind of expected, to be honest. I am hoping that, if I had to guess, my guess is that it's probably on the left middle, which means I'm actually going to go down and to the right first, because usually my first instinct is not good. I am happy that we got the map. It does make a decent impact in helping to find the boss room. At the very least, it saves you from going to a lot of dead-end rooms. And it can also... save you from getting hurt in that sense. Because what if I walk into one of those dead-end rooms and it turns out that it's a bunch of, like, massive infamy or something? That'd be a real problem. This is, make no mistake, this is the point at which, you know, our run will be lost or won, essentially. Our item from the boss, which is hopefully not gonna be an HP upgrade, and the possibility of a deal with the devil from the boss, these are things that have enormous impact for us. Apart from that, lots of golden chests could really swing things in our favor if they ended up being good. Great frequency of consumable drops, especially Spirit Hearts, could maybe swing it in our favor. We'll see. I don't know. I probably shouldn't just leave that bomb there. And of course, we want these golden chests to not pay out with HP upgrades, which is unlikely. But hey, there's a range upgrade. It's gonna be a tight one. It's not gonna be easy. Yep, in this room, I'm not quite fast enough to dodge that reliably. I should be, but I'm not. This is a Tears upgrade, which we'll absolutely take. This Empress card could prove to be incredibly valuable, and this was the right way. So again, sometimes not trusting your instincts is the best instinctual reaction to have. Now, we should be all right here. We just kind of back it up and around. And I'm hoping, I guess our boss here is like basically guaranteed to be death. It's actually the pony. And this is something that's been happening a lot lately. Just like, you know, thinking you're going to get one boss because of Book of Revelations and then getting the weird alternate boss. So we're going to get basically nothing out of this boss fight, I guess, which is disappointing, but that's fine. We could gain the ability to fly. I actually like the pony as an item, but Book of Revelations is just too important for me to pass up, and this deal with the devil is essential. Okay, so Spirit of the Night we'll absolutely take. I don't know if I could take 9 lives for free there, but I'm not going to risk it. So let's just make sure the pony doesn't come back. Spirit of the Night, hugely important item there. And now, you know, Guppy's paw on the chest, I guess, is our next closest, our next out, if you will. Until then, we're just going to have to play extremely well. There's probably some points on this run where I could have made different decisions. Like, for example, maybe it would have been much better for me to have the D6 there instead of having Book of Revelations, but so be it. Does this fly actually not hurt him? Well, I guess we can just walk him on the spikes then. Please tell me I was right this time. This is a pretty low percentage chance, but I thought maybe it would be possible. We're going to be able to snag another 2 enemies here, ideally. Is there one more left? I thought there... No, maybe not. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so we would love to find a blood bank at some point. Unfortunately, that was just really poor play for me. It's not even... It's poor play. It's just, like, unconscious play. It's like, seriously, I'm so used to just walking into the center of the room to kind of expedite the process of playing the game. Because then you get the drop, like, as soon as it drops, and then you leave to the next room. Sometimes it fucks you if you have to tick, but this is the only other situation that it hurts you in. It's like a serious, like, 1 in 500 type deal. So I apologize for that, but it really is the kind of thing that is so rare. I mean, it's not rare, it's just rare to be in the situation. I wasted a bomb there as well by button mashing a little bit. And in our mob trap room, we have a chest, which is not really that interesting to me. You know, truth be told, I did take another heart there as well, just to, you know, I might as well commit, I guess. Truth be told, I don't think it's going to make an enormously major difference in things, but losing the permanent Polaroid invincibility is probably worse than losing the permanent curse state. Now, I still think we can beat Isaac fairly handily. Might require a little bit of luck. Beating Blue Baby and you know, moreover, beating the rest of the chest is going to be a tough call, but we'll see as we come to it. Being able to get a little bit more money here is obviously of the utmost importance. If I can get to 69 cents, that is basically an automatic victory. At the very least, I'm pleased with the way this run has gone. Certainly, Eve runs can and have gone a whole hell of a lot worse than this. So I'm content. You know, we've got good damage, good rate of fire, and decent health, all of which are sore spots for Eve. But I just don't think we're quite there yet. I think we just need a little bit more. And whether or not we're going to get it is a real question. I think Safety Cap Polaroid is better than Matchstick Polaroid. Because the pills, we know that there's a Tears Up pill. That could probably compensate for losing the matchstick just by itself. I'm not going to be using bombs that often anyway. What is this? It teleported me into the secret room. Okay, at least I know it's telepills from now on, so I don't accidentally fuck myself. We're coming up very close to this Mom's Heart boss fight, and I've been saving this Empress card for a long time. It's almost time to cash this bad boy in. We'll probably cash it in on the Isaac fight. And my reasoning for that, as always, is that you get 4 items immediately after the Isaac fight, assuming you live, and those items could end up making a major impact on your run, and that means, you know, there is a realistic chance that the Blue Baby fight is actually easier than the Isaac fight by way of those items that you get in the chest. We'll see, though. I would give us maybe a 1/3 chance of finishing this run. Well, we're going to 100% chance of finishing this run, more or less, but finishing it successfully. I can't even see what that item is. It looks like Mr. Boom. Alright, well, at least we took it out of the rotation. I suppose I could use Mr. Boom on the Mom's Heart boss fight, but I think it's a dumb idea because the fact that we have Book of Revelations means if I get hit, I can at least replenish some Spirit Hearts. We essentially have the wafer, is one way to think about it. A useful way of thinking about it, although not 100% accurate. So, Dead Bird's going to be nice here. It's It's going to be more nicer here than it is on the Isaac fight, where it could potentially cost me some damage just by making it very difficult to dodge. I assume Monster is going to die, like, right now. Mostly, yeah, poison damage and just getting hit with a number of shots over and over. I'm wary about shooting when I have my bomb out there, by the way. You might be wondering why I stopped shooting while my bomb's out there. I want the bomb to do crowd control, and then my shots come out and do the damage. So it's worked out pretty well so far. Just drop this in there. I don't want to accidentally hit my bomb away with my shot is the problem. So usually I'll wait until Mom's Heart is almost about to get away. And this is a pretty quick Mom's Heart fight, in all honesty. Unfortunately, Duke of Flies just, like, made his way over to me, which is annoying. We actually killed Mom's Heart before we killed Duke of Flies, which is surprising. And now it's up to the next floor, and oh, of course we have Curse of Darkness. So that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. But assuming we make it to the Isaac fight, we pop the Empress, I think we have a better chance of success than it might look initially. And then we go down to the chest, and of course we'll be relying on good items there. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do any D6 scumming, because I don't think the D6 could possibly show up again. And D6 scumming is like the most fun thing to do on the chest if you have a very comfortably successful run, which I don't right now, but it would still be good to get some better items. But I certainly, you know, I think it's well within the realm of possibility that we could win this run. It's going to probably rely on some good items from the chest. Guppy's Paw, chief amongst them. If I could just manage to snag a Guppy's Paw somehow, I would be over the moon. That would probably guarantee me my success. It's Guppy's Paw in this case. I don't want to use that necessarily. Guppy's Paw in this case is like a damage health upgrade plus a health upgrade plus permanent Polaroid invincibility. So it's just crazy good. The damage upgrade, obviously, in case you're confused, comes by way of the permanent curse state from Whore of Babylon that Eve starts with. So we did find Isaac straight away. This is awesome for us, actually, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pop the Empress card right away. Obviously, the longer I wait, the less valuable it is. But, well, that's bad damage. The most important thing with Book of Revelations is to make sure I pop it every time as soon as possible. Otherwise, I could potentially get hit twice and not get the value out of it, and that does make a pretty major impact. So I think I'm just going to coast on this, and I'm going to rely on the Empress card as being a something that I can save for the Blue Baby fight. I'm regretting this decision a little bit now. It could be a decision that has a major impact on the performance of my run here, but you know, that could be positive as well as negative. So we are about 40% of the way through the fight here. I've been hit more than I'm comfortable with. Gish is doing work now. I like that. Poison damage, whittling it down. That was probably the best phase that I had in that Isaac fight, followed immediately by some pretty badness, pretty bad stuff. Keep it up here. We're about to enter the third phase, which is the most difficult phase by far. Mostly due to the angel fetuses, but also the beams of light, which are more or less unavoidable if you're trying to dodge. So we'll focus primarily on hitting Isaac, but the crowd control on the angel fetuses is also extremely important. And I should be using some bombs here, if possible. Mostly for crowd control, but also for the burst damage, of course. Probably like 50-50 in terms of value. Both of which, very nice, potentially. Okay, drop. Oh, I thought I was out of bombs or something. That bomb may not have hit Isaac. Frustrating. Okay. Oh, that one might not have hit him either. This is going, as sloppy as this looks right now, it's actually not going that badly. I wouldn't necessarily say it's going better than I thought it would, but it's not as bad as it could be. Now, we should stay at a half-heart interval, so I'm not going to pick up that other red heart there. And we did manage to do this while saving the Empress card, and we'll see if that actually makes a difference. So, Peeper's Eye. We don't have a D6, so we're taking this. Poison Touch is good. Rosary is adequate by this point. These are an assortment of totally okay items. That is a Tears Up pill for us as well. Yeah, this is fine. It's not great. It's probably not going to have too much of an impact. But it is, at least they're passives, basically, is what I'm getting at, I guess. And they don't require me to... should have stayed at half-heart interval. They don't require me to give up my Book of Revelations. I mean, they don't offer that much value in and of themselves, but it's still okay. Now, we've got some tricky dodging probably ahead of us here. The unfortunate part, of course, is that I can't use the Empress card until that Blue Baby fight. It would be a huge mistake if I did. Please. My speed is not high enough. This is going to be a touchy run. I still think it's very possible. Yamahart is not what we want right now. And in fact, I don't think it's ever what we want. So I apologize. I just took a second to like think about it. Like, is this situational? Could Yamahart be better than Book of Revelations? I think Book of Revelations is better just because it works when we're already at max health. So it does provide us with some, in a Hearthstone term, Book of Revelations provides us with armor, whereas Yamahart just provides us with health. And the bad thing about just health is that once you get to your max HP, it doesn't do anything for you. We probably are going to need that bomb, so we'll wait for it. This is not our boss room. It is a very good opportunity to pick up a Spirit Heart, so if I can finish this room either with taking only one hit, which would give us 2 Spirit Hearts by way of Book of Revelations. Oh, we're going to charge Book of Revelations anyway. Okay, this is a very good room for us. We got 2 Spirit Hearts out of it. That's big. We will make our way down, and it's almost certainly got to be on the bottom right now, which is a long trip. But we don't have much in the way that we can really do about it, so might as well just continue. And we will for sure go to our secret room, because there's the potential for it to be a game-winning item, essentially. And either way, you know, push comes to shove. If you ask me how I feel about this run, I feel pretty positively. We got enough items to make it fun, and it was a little bit unusual. You know, Common Cold's not something that shows up that often. Max's Head is like my favorite boring item upgrade in the game. Maybe. We'll see. So this curse room, or sorry, the secret room is actually pretty important. It's Greed. Could have actually given us like an item, but since I can't reroll, it doesn't really matter, does it? And I didn't try to bomb my way out of that room because for some reason it's a little finicky, right? Like when you're on the chest, bombing your way out of the secret room sometimes does not work, except for the way that you came in, because they don't want you to be able to skip through every room on the chest, I think. And they, I guess, being Ed and Florian. Or maybe it's a glitch, who knows? So we're fighting Triple Loki here. The one thing I haven't mentioned is we have a pretty nice kind of assortment of passive damage doers here, between our familiars, Ghost Baby and Little Gish, also Peeper's Eye, as well as Dead Bird whenever we get hit. We're able to do a decent amount of damage to enemies when we're not even really directly hitting them, or even perhaps within their area of fire. But it's still, this is going to be a tough swing here. Well, I'm going to get hit again because I'm dumb, and hopefully we'll get a Spirit Heart drop from this. I've managed to stay fairly consistent with my HP, in all honesty. This is roughly where we entered this floor at. Obviously, I would love to get more. That would be even better. But that's also kind of a tall ask. We should kill Sloth last if possible. Lust has got to go first just because it's the most dangerous. And then we'll kill Wrath. And after Wrath dies, Yep, there we go. We'll kill Sloth, and this tarot card could be extremely important. If it's... That's terrible. If it's the Sun or something like that, that's big. It's real big. It is the Hermit, which is probably useless. And this, we don't even know. Tears down. Well, thanks a lot, Safety Cap. That, again, probably not going to make an enormous impact. Here, I think we almost want to kill Lust last, but I also have to kill it first. Just so that... I kind of get it out of the... Oh, that was such an inconvenient hit. And again, it might sound crazy. I still think we can do this. I don't think it's going to be easy. Is that my bomb or Wrath's bomb? I think that was Wrath's bomb. Oh, fuck, that was a bad dodge. I mentioned this before, it's a total excuse, but if I'm hitting like more than 2 keys on my keyboard at a time, sometimes it's very slow to register the third one. So if I'm already like dodging diagonally, or if I'm already shooting and moving, it's hard for me to move in another direction. But here we go. This is going to be big. We're going to obviously pop our Empress card straight away. Am I happy with the decision to keep the Empress card? I don't know. It is the kind of thing, it's tough to measure because my health would have been a lot better if I didn't, if I had used the Empress card in the Blue Baby fight. So what I am trying to do, I'm trying to, you know, make sure that every time I get hit, I am at the very least walking up to Blue Baby and hitting him with Poison Touch. I don't know if poison damage stacks that way, but I do have a very brief period of invincibility, so I might as well use it. And every 2 hits, we are going to get a Spirit Heart back as long as I'm paying attention, which I'm doing my best to. And I should be dropping bombs in there as well. We might... It's touch and go, but we might be able to swing this. As crazy as it seems, we are on the 3rd phase. I should not have walked into him there and then kicked my bomb away. I think we might be able to win this one. I'm just going to hold down the fort here. Stand more or less still so I don't accidentally dodge into the enemy. And we're going to do it! I can't believe it, but we are going to succeed on this run. As always, thanks for watching. That is yet another kind of unlikely victory. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to click the like button. It does help me out a lot. And as always, of course, thanks for your support on the Isaac series over the course of the past, like, 2 years. And make sure to subscribe if you want to see more daily Isaac episodes. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you next time.